I think I've done what do I say? I fod yn honest. Honest.
Yeah.
Because I think I've done a fair bit, but we'll see. We'll see how much sticks. And it might be just too early. I'm going to sit down. I'm back. I can see you now, which is good. So I'm ready. This is day 21.
Day 21.
Day 21. It's like crazy. Anyway, so
you are on challenge.
Because of grandfather coming just any time now, he's literally going to arrive at like 1:30, 2 o'clock, but he's always late. So I thought we'd just get this done out of the way. I skipped ahead of the challenges a little bit. So I've done 23 out of the 25 from level 2.
Fantastic.
So I've got 3 or 4 ahead of the game just to buy myself a little time over the next few days. But I haven't done any extra. I mean, I haven't been doing as much listening exercises because I didn't really want to go over the 2-hour limit. I just thought I need to smash through these challenges. And in the background, I've been listening to like Betty and the People or Betty of the People, whatever podcast with famous celebrities like Aran Jones talking about his time in Zimbabwe and fact that his dad, you're called Simon Aaron, and all this sort of stuff, and when you're studying at Aberystwyth and you're on a linguaphone course and all that stuff. So
you followed a lot of stuff.
I mean, I know a bit enough of your story, and there's enough English in there, and I know enough context to know what's roughly going on. So so it's good. But I'm ready. It's day 21. I'm up to challenge 23 of level 2. There's a lot of really interesting stuff that's just starting to make sense to me, at least when I'm following it. Let's see what I can do now in real life.
Well, so because this is the thing, I think you're at a kind of an inflection point here. And it's probably only a little bit of sort of OCD from me that makes me think that you should finish level 2. But what I would recommend is that once you finish level 2, for these last 8 days or so, that you do one challenge a day, and you alternate between 25 of level 2, 25 of level 1, 24 of level 2, 24 of level 1, because those 4 between them cover about 5% plus of everything you've done. Because the journey now for this last third of it
is practice,
is listening and thinking. So if you do
listening to what? Just doing the accelerated listening ones a lot, or listening to radio, listening to anything? What?
No, you want to be getting into the advanced content that we have available. So what I'll do with that is I'll point you at that via WhatsApp. And get you into starting to work with longer chunks.
So it's not level 3 stuff then. It's not the level 3 course. It's definitely different stuff. Okay, brilliant.
Yeah. So I'll map that up for you when we finish this. But I would gold standard from here on in. I mean, you could even just stop doing the lessons, but the gold standard I would say is half an hour challenge, just for the effort, and then maybe 3/4 of an hour listening, 3/4 of an hour speaking.
Okay, so in the speaking, I should be speaking to people like you, for example, who are are Welsh speakers. Okay. Well, if you're happy to do that, then I'm happy to do that. So if we do at least half an hour, maybe if we can get to an hour on some days talking this week, that would be quite good. And then next week I'm coming up, of course, to
fantastic.
Proof of the pudding is in the eating. Okay, well, let's see how much we can do now and see what I can remember. And then if you send me that other stuff, that would be really good, because I'm sensing that it's vocabulary now. I think I've got a lot of the structures. He says really confidently ahead of the proof, but I think I've got a lot of the structures. I'm sort of understanding where things are going, and it makes sort of sense to me. It's not like, I don't get on earth what they're doing. So I think a lot of more vocabulary acquisition stuff will be interesting.
Okay. And that's
Okay.
very much the advanced listening, which is pretty impressive to be there after 21 days.
Beth am I gal dechrau?
Yeah, Beth am I ddechrau?
Beth am I dechrau?
Yeah, sut wyt ti'n teimlo?
Dwi'n teimlo yn dda iawn. Dwi'n teimlo yn hapus efo faint dwi wedi dysgu. Ond dwi ddim yn siŵr medru i gofio sut i ddeud bo fi isio ddeud, o'n i isio ddeud.
Yeah, ti isio Beth. Sut i ddeud, Beth?
Beth.
Yeah.
Dwi wastad cofio y Beth.
Yeah.
Dwi ddim yn siŵr Pam.
Yeah, ddim yn siŵr pam. Ond dydy o ddim yn broblem. Dim problem.
Dydy yn ddim y broblem. Okay. Dwi'n meddwl bo fi angen ymarfer siarad mwy achos pan dwi siarad dwi'n meddwl bo fi medru activate
Yeah.
fo o Cymraeg? No.
Mwy o Gymraeg?
Mwy o Cymraeg?
Pan ti'n siarad,
pan dwi siarad? I wetha. Dwi, o'n i'n trio'r deud, do'n i ddim meddwl.
Dim problem. Dim angen brysio. Brysio ydy to rush. Dim angen brysio. Mae digon o amser.
Pride brysio.
Paid? Neu, paid. Paid o brysio.
Paid o brysio. Mae hard.
Mae on anodd?
Dwi ddim doeddwn ni ddim doeddwn ni'n trio'r doeddwn ni trio'r deud hynna. O'n i'n trio'r deud Cindy Cindy, mae hi o fo no mae hi dwi ddim yn siŵr.
Yeah,
Dwi ddim
paid
yn
â
siŵr.
phoeni. Paid â phoeni. Paid â
Paid â
phoeni.
ffo-
Mae'n bwysig cofio.
Mae'n bwysig cofio.
Mae'n bwysig cofio pan ti'n ymarfer siarad, ti just yn trio ymarfer siarad. Os ti'n anghofio, os ti ddim yn cofio, dim problem, just ymarfer
Dim
siarad
problem.
am rhywbeth arall.
Am rhywbeth arall.
Yeah.
Do, ydw. Da,
Felly,
dwi... Fedra i deud rhywbeth arall, ond o'n i'n trio deud rhywbeth am fo rhywbeth am da ni'n
rhywbeth am Cindy, neu rhywbeth...
rhywbeth am Cindy, achos dwi ddim gwybod deud
Sut i
her.
ddweud? Yeah, he.
He.
Yeah.
He, mae she.
Yeah, mae hi. Yeah. Mae hi a hi, di she a her.
Ah, okay.
So dwi'n siarad efo hi.
Ah, okay. Efo chi.
No, efo hi. Efo hi.
Efo chi. O'n i'n trio deud no battery. O'n i'n trio deud rhywbeth am hi, am Cindy.
Yeah.
Cindy, mae...
Yep, da iawn.
Da iawn. Hi mrawd.
Mae brawd Cindy.
Mae brawd Cindy. Mae brawd Cindy.
Neu mae gan Cindy frawd?
Mae gan Cindy brawd. Dwi ddim yn siŵr. Dwi ddim gwybod. Mae brawd Cindy.
Yeah.
Mae brawd Cindy newydd dechrau... No, newydd dod... No, newydd dod... newydd dod... yeah.
Yma, neu i Loegr, neu i'r tŷ.
Neu ti...
Newydd ddod o America?
Newydd dod o America. Newydd dod i... Dwi ddim gwybod deud here.
Yma. Yeah,
Mae brown Cindy newydd dod yma mae brawd Cindy dod a America.
Yn dod o America, yeah.
Yn dod o America, ond newydd
Gyrraedd.
Do. Gannau?
Gyrraedd.
Gyrraedd.
Yeah. Cyrraedd to arrive.
Arrive. Oh. Done. Dewi. Newydd. Gyrraedd.
Yeah, great.
Newydd gyrraedd yma.
Yeah, perffaith. Da iawn. Da iawn.
Dwi'n meddwl bo fi... No, dwi'n meddwl dylwn ni trio'r deud beth dwi gwybod sut i siarad, sut i deud.
Yeah.
Sut i deud. Ond dwi isio'r deud efo chdi, Dave wrtho ti, rhywbeth o'n i'n, rhywbeth heddiw oedd y digwydd.
Yeah, oedd yn digwydd heddiw. Yeah.
Oedd yn digwydd heddiw.
Ti isio, ti'n licio siarad am bethau diddorol. Ac rwan, ti'n medru dweud llawer iawn o bethau yn y Gymraeg. Ac felly ti isio just siarad yn normal.
Yn normal.
A mae gen ti mwy o ymarfer. Ti angen gwneud mwy o ymarfer. Ti'n mynd i fedru siarad am bethau normal, ond ti dal angen tipyn bach mwy o ymarfer.
Do. Okay. Okay.
Felly mae brawd Cindy wedi cyrraedd. Mae brawd Cindy yno rwan.
Wedi cyrraedd,
Ie. Ac wyt ti'n hapus i weld brawd Cindy?
Do.
Ie, ydw. Ydy brawd Cindy yn helpu efo'r plant?
Dwi ddim yn siwr sut i deud yes and no.
Ie, na. Paid â phoeni. Ie, na.
Dwi isio deud na mae brawd Cindy hen iawn.
Oh, yn hen iawn.
Yn hen iawn. Werth i fo, no, Welsh.
Welsh iddo fo.
Welsh iddo fo.
Yeah.
Welsh iddo fo afad rhywbeth a wyta rhywbeth ymlacio'r
a dim yn helpu.
Am dipyn. Ie. Sut i deud bydda fo licio'r licio'r helpu Cindy anarth
Yn yr ardd.
anarth
Yeah. Da iawn. Yeah.
Anarth. Oof. Dwi ddim
Ti'n gallu medru ddeud, dwi ddim yn medru meddwl am unrhyw beth arall i ddweud.
I dweud. Dwi'n meddwl gormod dwi'n meddwl bo' fi ddim cofio achos mae nhw'n gormod digwydd.
Yeah, mae gormod digwydd.
Mae gormod digwydd rwan. Mae gormod
Mae'n anodd meddwl.
Mae'n anodd meddwl.
Yeah.
Dwi medru cofio'r sut i deud rhywbeth arall achos dwi isio trio'r deud rhywbeth mae digwydd rwan.
Yeah.
Digwydd rwan.
Rhywbeth sydd yn digwydd rwan.
Rhywbeth sydd yn digwydd rwan. Nes i gyfarfod rhywun ddiddorol yn y dafarn neithiwr.
Ond ti eisiau dechrau siarad am y byd go iawn, the real world, y byd go iawn. Ti eisiau dechrau siarad...
Byd go iawn.
Yeah, am dy fywyd.
Bydd go iawn. Bydd. Do?
Yeah. Neu, yeah.
Yeah.
Dwi just ar livecast efo Tom. Yeah. Mae Catrin yn dweud helo.
Oh, hello. Hello, Catrin. Dwi wastad
gwrando neu clywed?
Gwrando.
Gwrando ydy to listen, clywed ydy to hear.
Clywed. Dwi wastad clywed Catrin every day.
Yn siarad Cymraeg yn gwersi.
Yn Cymraeg. Sut i deud every? Sut i deud yn y Gymraeg? Bob. Pob diwrnod?
Pob dydd? Yeah, pob dydd.
Pob dydd.
Yeah.
Pob dydd dwi clywed Catrin
wrth gwrs.
Yn y Cymraeg.
Gad i mi just, dwi eisiau gofyn os oedd hi angen rhywbeth. Wyt ti di mynd?
Dwi...
Oce, wyt ti angen gair cyn i ti fynd? Achos, byddwn ni'n redeg, mae'n siŵr tan ti 3, felly byddwn ni allan amser. Oce. Byddai di gorffen, erbyn i chdi gyrraedd yn ôl, byddai di gorffen. Iawn? Oce, wel chdi wedyn. Mae Catrin yn mynd i nôl y plant o'r ysgol cyn bo hir.
Oce. Dwi'n teimlo fel dwi'n nabod Catrin ond dda iawn.
Ti'n cael beth ydy, ti'n cael tipyn bach o Stockholm Syndrome.
Sut i deud exactly, or that's right.
Yn union.
Yn union.
Union.
Yn union. Dwi angen gwneud yn siŵr bo fi medru deud mwy. Mae gen i fwy i deud. Mae gen i fwy i deud.
Dwi'n siŵr.
Ond dwi ddim yn siŵr. Heddiw, dwi'n ddim meddwl. Dwi'n meddwl am unrhyw beth.
Heddiw, mae'n teimlo anodd.
Heddiw mae teimlo anodd. Mae teimlo anodd.
Ond mae'n oce, achos pan ti ddim yn medru meddwl am beth ti eisiau dweud, does dim problem. Does dim gwaed di blood. Does dim gwaed, no blood. Does neb yn brifo. Nobody gets hurt. Just tipyn bach yn rhwystredig. Rhwystredig ydy frustrating. Tipyn bach yn rhwystredig. Rhwystredig. Tipyn bach yn rhwystredig, ond dim problem. Mae'n iawn. Mae'n iawn i gael diwrnod sydd yn teimlo'n anodd. Mae'n normal. A mae gen ti llawer o bethau yn digwydd. Mae gen ti tad yng nghyfraith, tad sy'n di'n cyrraedd, brawd sy'n di'n cyrraedd, 4 plentyn, lot o waith. Mae'n normal. Dydy dysgu ddim yn linear. Ti'n gwybod hynna? Mae fyny ac i lawr, ac i fyny ac i lawr, ac i fyny ac i lawr. Mae'n normal.
Dwi ddim teimlo hapus.
Achos ti'n licio...
efo faint faint medra i deud heddiw.
Yeah. Achos ti'n licio gwneud yn dda iawn. Ti'n licio dysgu yn gyflym. Ti'n licio siarad llawer. Ti'n licio mynd yn gyflym. Ac felly, pan ti'n cael diwrnod anodd, diwrnod araf, i ddim yn licio hynny. Wrth gwrs. Ond mae'n iawn. Mae dal yn iawn. Mae'n normal. Mae'n digwydd fel hyn.
Mae'n normal. Mae'n normal. Dwi'n meddwl... Dwi'n meddwl?
Yeah.
Dwi'n meddwl bod fi angen siarad mwy.
Yeah.
Achos pan dwi siarad achos dwi gwybod bo fi gwybod fwy iawn.
Llawer mwy.
Llawer fwy. Ond mae anodd. Mae'n anodd gwybod beth i siarad.
Yeah. Beth i ddeud.
Beth i deud.
Ac mae hyn, beth ydy o, 2 ddiwrnod neu 3 diwrnod, da ni ddim wedi siarad. Yeah. Ac felly mae'n mwy anodd.
Mae'n mwy anodd, ie.
Pan da ni'n siarad bob dydd, mae pethau yn mynd yn dda.
Mae pethau yn mynd yn dda. Mynd yn dda.
Yeah.
Mynd yn dda. Okay.
Yeah.
Ond dwi di on i'n meddwl bo on i'n meddwl oedd bo fi on i'n meddwl oedden ni mynd i siarad llawer.
Yeah. Rhaid i ni siarad llawer yr wythnos yma, a'r penwythnos ac wythnos nesaf. Rhaid i ni siarad lot fawr.
Lot fawr.
Achos ti wedi dysgu Cymraeg, ti wedi dysgu digon o Gymraeg i fynd am wythnos heb siarad Saesneg. Ti'n barod i wneud immersion, ond mae just angen ymarfer siarad.
Ymarfer siarad. Dwi'n teimlo tipyn bach disappointed.
Siomedig. Achos mae'n diwrnod 21 a ti'n cael mae'n tipyn bach yn anodd a diwrnod 21. Ond da ni'n siarad Cymraeg, Tom, diwrnod 21. Ia? Tair wythnos ti wedi bod yn dysgu Cymraeg, a heddiw am y tro cynta. Y tro cynta ydy the first time. Tro. Time.
Tro.
Turn or time. So y tro cynta, the first time. Heddiw am y tro cynta, mae'n teimlo'n anodd. Wel, ie, mae hynny'n oce.
Mae'n teimlo'n anodd. Dwi wedi bod yn dysgu am 3 wythnos.
Ie, am 2 wythnos. Ie. Sydd ddim llawer.
Dwi gwybod bo fi gwybod sut i deud lot clywed. Ond heddiw dwi ddim yn siwr.
Heddiw, ti ddim yn cofio yn hawdd. Ti'n dall hawdd?
Yn hawdd.
So, anodd ydy, mae'n anodd, dwi ddim yn medru wneud o. Hawdd ydy, dim problem, dwi'n medru wneud o, dwi'n hapus.
Pawddi.
Ie, na ni.
Danny. Mae phosib fod o dwi gwybod sut i deud llawer mae gynnon ni mae gynnon ni ein hogan ac 2 hogyn. Ond mae ddim yn ddiddorol.
Dydy o ddim yn ddiddorol.
Dydy o ddim yn ddiddorol. Achos dwi eisiau siarad efo chdi am y normal.
Am y byd go iawn, y byd normal.
Byd go iawn, am y byd go iawn, byd normal.
A mae angen tipyn mwy o amser, mae angen tipyn mwy o ymarfer.
Mwy o amser.
Ti'n mynd i fedru gwneud.
Dwi'n mynd i fedru gwneud.
Ie, ti'n mynd i fedru gwneud o. Ie. Ti'n gwneud o'n dda, y gwir.
Dwi'n teimlo yn barod.
Ie. Ti isio popeth rwan. Ie?
Popeth rwan. Everything ready. Okay.
Ti isio siarad yn berffaith rwan.
Sut i deud time, amser nesa? Amser?
Neu tro nesa.
Tro nesa. Dwi'n mynd i chwella. Mynd i cofio'r mwy.
Ti'n cofio llawer, a ti'n deud llawer, rwan. Ti wedi dechrau eisiau dweud pethau mwy anodd.
Pethau mwy anodd. Pethau mwy
Ie?
anodd.
Ti
Dwi.
eisiau deud pethau mwy anodd. Felly ti'n teimlo, dwi ddim yn medru dweud pethau mwy anodd. Mae jyst angen tipyn bach o amser.
Dwi'n ma amser. Tipyn bach amser.
Ti'n gwneud yn dda iawn, iawn, Tom. Ti ddim yn gweld pa mor dda ti'n gwneud.
Pa mor dda ti'n gwneud?
Yeah.
Dwi'n gwneud?
Ie, ie.
Pa mor dda. Pa mor dda. Dwi'n meddwl y dylwn ni mynd i rwan.
O ie, i lladd fy hun, ie? I lladd fy hun.
Dwi isio gofyn wrtho ti o cwestiwn.
Iawn, ie.
Beth bydde ti gwneud sy'n gofyn i ti helpu fi ymarfer mwy.
Ie, wel,
No?
cwestiwn da. Y peth pwysig...
Cwestiwn da.
Ie, y peth pwysig ydy siarad mwy.
Ie, pwysig. Important.
Ie, na ni siarad mwy.
Siarad mwy.
Ie.
Pen wythnos nesa, Danny mynd i gwneud o.
Ie, ie.
Danny mynd i gwneud o.
Da ni'n mynd i wneud o. Wyt ti'n mynd i siarad efo Aled? Ie.
Aled?
Ie. A da ni'n mynd i lawnsio Saesneg i siaradwyr Mandarin. Ie, wythnos fawr.
Tipyn bach. Dwi'n meddwl fod o ffosib. Fod o mai ffosib.
Ie, na, ti'n iawn. Dwi'n meddwl fod o'n bosib. Perffaith.
Fod o bosib.
Dwi'n hapus iawn. Dwi'n gwybod bod ti ddim yn hapus, ond dwi'n hapus iawn.
Oh, okay.
Achos ti'n gwneud yn dda iawn.
Okay.
Ie. Dwi ddim yn credu chdi.
Dwi'n gwybod, dwi'n gwybod fod o mynd i digwydd.
Digwydd, ie.
Digwydd. I fi yn a phosib? No.
Ie, mor fi yn y phosib.
Mor fi yn a phosib. Mor fi yn a phosib. Mor gyflym a phosib.
Ie.
Gyflym.
A ti isio fod o'n digwydd ddoe.
Ddoe. Ie.
Da iawn.
Ond o dysgu Cymraeg, mae dysgu Cymraeg
Howdy powdy.
Howdy powdy.
Yeah.
Howdy powdy. Howdy powdy.
Yeah. Mae dysgu Cymraeg tipyn bach yn anodd. Mae dysgu iaith tipyn bach yn anodd.
Mae dysgu iaith. Iaith?
Yeah, iaith, language.
Language. Mae dysgu like tipyn bach anodd.
Yeah.
I anodd. Tipyn bach an I anodd.
Anodd. Yeah.
Anodd.
Yeah.
Tipyn bach yn anodd.
Well, ti wedi gwneud 40 munud nawr, rwan o siarad Cymraeg.
Rwan o siarad Cymraeg.
Ie. Felly dwi isio siarad tipyn bach o Saesneg i ti fod yn siŵr am beth sydd yn digwydd. Yeah. So you've done. I just want to give you a little overview now of this session. Oh, that relief! Yeah.
It was. I think it was mentally I was set up wrong. We had lots of stuff happening, and I think I got into a position if I wanted to show off a lot more and show that I'd been learning a lot more, and it just none of it was coming out. It's really interesting. But I reckon after about an hour or two, it would then start all coming out. I think so. I could feel it just starting to.
The fascinating thing is that you, and this is a really, really, really common kind of tipping point, right? You now have enough of the language to be able to communicate. So what you want to communicate is the stuff you'd normally be communicating in English.
Meaningful stuff. Yeah.
You've kind of gone up and up and up and up and up. Your production has just kept on increasing, and now you've got to this tipping point where you want to be up here now, because that's enough. Done the work. I want to talk about interesting things, and it's that jump from saying things I can say to saying things I want to say is really, really, really challenging.
My dim fossib.
Yeah, well, that's the truth of it. The truth of it is, impossible. Not in one day, not in 2 days.
No.
So what you have to do now is navigate this. Up until now, every single conversation we've had has gone really, really well, and has come across, almost too well. I mean, the reason I was saying earlier that I'm actually quite happy about this is because we have footage for day 21 when people can see you struggling, and it's the first time you struggled. But you're not struggling because of your control of the language. You're struggling because of the gap between available language and new expectations.
What you want. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So up until now,
because I could talk about what we could do, and I wanted her to give it to him and all that sort of stuff. Roi voi the vo and all that, but
And the thing is, it's a little bit complicated, because the answer is not to avoid trying to cross this gap.
Yeah, it's the sound barrier, isn't it? You've got to go through it.
Kind of is. And what it is that you simply have to have those expectations in place. So up until now, you've just been using the Welsh you had available, and it's gone fantastically. And now you've hit this switch where that's not enough for you anymore. You don't just want to be practicing things you can say, you want to be having proper conversations. And that's fine, but you simply have to have the right expectation. You have to know that this job now of matching what you've got and what you can say to what you want to say is the last piece of the jigsaw. And it's this work is where you really reach the stage of being able to say, well, I can't say everything I want to say in Welsh, but I can have conversations about things I'm interested in.
More healthy.
Yeah, healthy. So you came in today. You'd done a bunch of extra work. Also, we hadn't spoken for a few days, so you were
probably a bit
practice of it. That was part of it, and you came straight in from the off, wanting to say some really quite complicated things. So you didn't even come in and give yourself a little bit of warm-up time of going and hitting a few.
Should have done. Yeah, exactly. Should have said a few things to like get the phrases going. Yeah.
You weren't saying, hey, Federer, hit the ball over the net to me a couple of times. You were saying, right, mate, practice set, give me your best shot. Oh, fuck, you're still quite good, even though you're 39.
Yeah.
But then what happened, and this is the interesting thing for me, because I think that I was seeing this much more than you were. Once you've gone through that initial pain, and didn't just stop. You then went back into your kind of, the sort of meta narrative level of where you are with the language. And you were talking really, really competently about what you were having trouble with and why it was feeling difficult, and what you were able to do and what you weren't able to do. So actually you came back to the highest level you've been at so far. You were having a more complicated discussion about learning than we've previously had. And you were talking about new and more difficult emotions in that learning journey and what was working, what wasn't working. But you weren't conscious then of, wow, this is even better than I was doing last week. You were just conscious of, it's not the real conversation I wanted to have. You're all bastards.
I hate you all. I hate the Welsh.
Exactly that. I've learned enough of your stupid language to know it's a waste of my time.
What is all this? Interesting. I noticed, we in English, we grew up learning a bit about Scottish, and they always say "Okay, the new" and all that. And I think, oh, the new is like, that's all over the Welsh, isn't it? If the new in wanting people to say
to them, I'm absolutely certain that's just a kind of, it's a sound echo rather than an actual shared word, but
it's interesting.
The key thing here is that, and I remember one of my tutors saying this to me. Now, you use English kind of as a professional tool. Yeah, you expect to have really high level, challenging, interesting conversations. Yeah. So you have a longer journey to travel. And a tutor of mine said this to me once. She said, "Oh, by the way, there were two things. It was a very, very early session. I hadn't previously been working with her, and I stayed to ask a question at the end of one class because I was a swot. And she said, a couple of things I want to say to you, by the way. One is, any good tutor can tell in the first 5 minutes or so who is going to end up a Welsh speaker. And I understand that much better now, because you really can." She said the second thing is, you use English clearly to a professional standard. And that means it's going to take longer before you're happy with your Welsh. You're not going to be happy with your Welsh until you're using it to the same professional standard. So prepare.
Until you're having conversations at that sort of level,
So you're on day
I don't want to
21.
wait. I don't want to wait. I want to be able next week. I want to be up next week and talking about this stuff. So I've got some work to do, but it's okay.
You're on day 21, right? And you've just had a fairly complicated meta conversation about how the learning journey was going, right? So that's a hit it out of the park success by any reasonable measure. What we do now, you wrap up level 2, but actually I think I'm wrong. I don't want you to start doing the recaps on 24-25 and 24-25 level 1. What I want you to do for these last 9 days, I want you just to wrap up level 2. And then I want you doing an hour's listening and an hour's speaking every day. That's where your developments are going to come.
Let's do that then. Okay.
Well,
I've got to go and say hello to my grandfather, who's come over from America.
So he's
just arrived in the middle of the live broadcast. He's going to think I'm a bit odd because what is he doing? That strange guy.
The closing word, the important closing word here, Tom, is do not walk away from. I mean, I know you're not a giver-upper, and I know that you're just like redouble your effort, but do not walk away from this thinking I didn't do very well today. Walk away from this thinking, wow, we got to an inflection point, and I really have a clear understanding of it now.
And it's like an experiment, isn't it? That was interesting. I'm able to observe, now that I've abstracted of the pain of having to actually be creative, I'm thinking, oh, that was interesting how it took. And I'm having done this before with other language. I think I need just basically an activation day. If I get some vocabulary, then activation day will have the ability to communicate a lot of the things. And then just a bit more vocab will help me. I'm going to be talking business shit with you next week. I guarantee it.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt
at all. So it's going to be good. But listen, I've got to go and say hello to everyone in the family, and bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thanks for that, buddy. I really appreciate it.
No worries.